All right, we are live, everyone. We've got some important business to discuss. I'm gonna open this up, but no, not like that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm already
Beautiful.
ruining the stream here. Share screen. There we go. This is I'm already screwing this up. There we go. Let me try that again.
Broadcaster here, folks.
Share screen. Add to stream. There we go. That looks better.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Welcome everybody to this high quality professional stream. This is the most important thing to talk about here. Battlebrick Road has launched, and we have the full creative team. Right, this is everybody involved.
For Farrah, the colorist.
Go for your colorist.
Yeah,
everyone knows Eric Weathers, the man that needs no introduction. But we've got a new face here, Zeb Hatfield. Welcome, Zeb.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, it's good to meet you finally. I see your name on the stuff, Battlebrick Road, formerly Operation Zephyr. I guess that's still the subtitle,
yeah,
right?
Sort of a subtitle for the volume 1 at this point. That's right.
Nice. Awesome. So this just launched, and I could refresh this again because it's just fun to watch it go up. But yeah, you've already passed $7,000. That's nuts.
Wow.
That's great.
That's good. That's good. That's very, very good.
Post the link in the chat here. There we go. Well, awesome. And welcome everyone in the chat. So basically this is kind of a launch stream for Eric. And it's very dramatic. That's why we're,
there's so much drama. You guys don't even know the kind of drama we're going to get into.
Yeah.
Drama you wouldn't believe.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We do the best drama.
Super dramatic. So if you came here for the drama, you're exactly going to get what you came here for.
You will not leave disappointed. I mean, there's a point that I will probably start crying. I'll yell some stuff at Eric. It's going to be great.
Yeah. He's going to throw his beer at me. He's just going to come over and do it.
Yeah. See, here is the
salty tears.
Cam puts up an interesting proposition. Crush Downcast for drama.
That's a good idea.
I can't remember how much Downcast made in day 1. But the question is, can Battlebrick Road beat it?
Yes.
Day 1.
Soundly.
It sounds like drama to me. I think like Cam's onto something.
Yeah.
Awesome. We've got here's the Arnold Schwarzenegger number 2 fan. Very exciting to see this amazing project go live. Thank you.
You are killing it with that impersonation there.
Yeah. Wow. Did Arnold join the chat and then just leave quickly? Because wow.
He probably did. The hard part is trying to decipher how he spells everything first.
It's a little confusing, yeah.
And then it's trying to make it into how Arnold Schwarzenegger would say it. So yeah, it was pretty bad. There we go. All right, cool. Welcome everyone to the chat. We already have 60 people watching. That's not because of the drama, though. That is high quality drama, but it's because of Battlebrick Road is just crushing it. We've posted the link. Any moderators, please spam this link. There's no such thing as spam here. Yeah, yes. You want your referrals. You have a referral program for this?
If we do it, I'll announce something later. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It can never hurt though to be on a list of power referrers. That's what I'm going to call it.
That's right. There are a few of them out there. You're one of them, Clint.
Yeah. And what I have to show for it.
Let's see what you have to show for it.
I think I showed this in a video once.
You did. You showed that in a video. So you got some original Flying Fortress artwork for being a power promoter.
Ooh.
I also got there's a big print. I have the small version, but this is the big one.
You got the big lady there. Bombing Betty. So yes, Battlebrick Road, Operation Zephyr. It tells the story of our girl, Thea Gale, on a mission to find her father. She gets a transmission years after he goes missing, and the transmission says, hey, babe, I'm still alive, pumpkin. You can find me at these coordinates. When you get here, follow the yellow brick road. And that sets her off on quite an adventure of suspense and thrillers and machine guns and AI constructed evil witch bitches and genetically modified monsters and maybe some genetically modified friends.
Eric, do you think it's too late to actually change their name in the book to evil witch bitches, or have we
No.
kind of passed that point?
Hey, the dialogue's not done until we're lettering the book. So yeah, we have plenty of time to do that.
Okay, great. Well, I'll jot that down for future conversations.
All right, I just wrenched.
Because we're going to be rewriting it as we go, for sure. We'll be rewriting the whole story here on stream. I'm kidding. The scripts are locked in, people. Don't worry.
That's funny. I just gave wrenches out. So
oh no.
Lightning Fan, you've got a wrench. Cam, you've got a wrench. Anybody else that wants a wrench, just say wrench. And if I see it, then you'll get the wrench. You'll have the power. There we go.
The power.
Battle Brick Road. Let's look through this. Let's see what tiers you have. So featured tier. This is the one that everyone's should walk
That's the one everybody should be. Well, everybody should be backing the higher end tiers. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah.
But I understand. Some people need to wait until payday. Sometimes payday isn't every Friday for people. So,
it's like one of those things like back first, back often. Is that what they say? Back,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, back
early,
twice, back often.
There you go. Yeah.
Something like that.
Back early, back often. So this would be a good early back. Battle Brick Road plus the supplemental book. Is this it's the same size. I was gonna say it's an ash can, but there's actually a poster back here.
So right. It's the same size. That's correct. Nice. It's going to be most likely a floppy. It'll be full color because there are some pages that we need to show the color of. I don't know if that the cover is just a mock-up for now. That was the original piece I drew back in 2018, back when this was Operations Effort, or maybe it didn't even have a title officially back then when I drew that piece until we figured it out. But the supplemental book will have the ash can itself, a bunch of character design sketches, and some writing from Zeb, like backstory stuff that might just kind of delve into characters a little bit more.
Right.
Sort of like those Marvel Avengers,
like the encyclopedia kind of things.
Yeah. And if we start getting fan art, we're going to fill this sucker with a bunch of fan art too. So we might have to run a contest for that. Get an extra copy of the book or something if you win the contest and get featured in the book itself. So, it's pretty exciting stuff. So,
I'm going to take a moment I'm skipping around here, but we looked at the featured tier, $50, Battle Brick Road plus supplemental. Now I'm looking at this cover. I was lucky because I got to see this cover as it was developed. It was just cool to see how it all panned out. I really dig it. And then this logo was James Dean Anderson, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I had some people saying your logo is not great. So I take the criticism where I see it and I say, okay, that's fine. I know a guy. So I said, James, help me out here. Let's make this happen. And he delivered this. And at first thought I was like, I don't know. Then you put it on the cover and color correct it just right. And it's like, oh yeah, that's the right one. Yeah. That's the one for sure. So
that's great.
Yeah.
I love that there's a gold brick right in the middle. Yeah. I'm assuming that's what it is. That's cool.
Yep. And that'll play into the story as well. One of those wait and see things.
That's cool, man. I dig it. Even just the cover composition is really cool. Flying monkeys on the cover. It's not just monkeys. You got gorillas in here. This is like a mechanical winged monkey.
So the way I put it together, where the gorillas have leathered wings, the chimps have feathered wings, and the monkeys themselves, because monkeys have tails, they have mechanical wings. So why not? The Watcher of the West is a crazy, psychotic, mad science kind of lady. So
it's cool, man. All right, well, we'll get back to the campaign. So then you get $25. This is the book, but you also get a poster.
Yes, everybody gets a poster. I'm typing a tweet here. Everybody gets a poster. Hey, for any time you back, that poster's for everybody. And as we unlock stretch goals, those will unlock for everybody as well. So they're going to be trading cards and bookmarks and all sorts of fun stuff. So be on the lookout. The more you fund, the more you get.
Nice. Do you need an editor? Ask Eric if he needs an editor from Lightning Fan.
Lightning Fan. We already have one, but there are other books in the future.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. There are always more stories in the future that I'm working on. So I'll put that in my. You're on the short list because I saw your work. I saw your work on Gunship Thunder Punch. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she edited Gunship Thunder Punch.
Okay,
a pleasure to work with too.
Cool, man.
But I already had Brandon locked in. So
Gunship Thunder Punch is almost finished too, isn't it?
It's done. I think he's just getting it printed up and shipped out.
Which is quite an undertaking. Oh, that's cool. I'm excited to get it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Brian's book is fantastic.
Cool, man. Looking forward to it. I should be getting a ton of comics this year.
I know. I just got Iron Sights 2 yesterday.
You got Iron Sights 2? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I had
Iron Sights 1.
Nice. You're gonna. It's like, yeah. For me, I'm gonna have a whole section on my shelf that's crowdfunded to Comicsgate books. Nice.
And it came with that Zashi print, and I was thinking, or Sashi or whatever. I was thinking, I forgot that's what was coming, and I thought, oh man, I'm gonna get the. I thought it was gonna be a poster of this, but it was not. It's a little bit different. Like the Iron Sights 1 has the satin finish, and this has a more matte, almost newspaper finish. So,
quick thanks to Zach Bradley for picking up a copy of the book. Very much appreciated.
Thank you, Zach.
Hey, all right. We're gonna have to refresh this soon. So the goal, like, what's the goal for day one? Well, first off, we got to pass 10,000 as quickly as possible. We're still in the first hour. So on your last campaign, or on not the last campaign, but your Flying Fortress, like the first Flying Fortress campaign, what was your first day?
Well, let me bring it up here so I can get the exact numbers. Let me open up that previous campaign. Day 1 has already been destroyed. I'll tell you that, because I know it was about 6,000. Mm-hmm. And our initial 1 hour goal was not 1 hour goal. Our 1 hour endpoint was right at $4,000 for Flying Fortress Remastered. So we're still within the first hour, and we've almost doubled it. So
wow,
it's fantastic.
Let's refresh that again.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Hey, play the video. I got to take an important phone call.
Okay. Here's where I've got to share the screen again, like a professional, and share the audio too. There we go. All right, here's the video for Battle Brick Road. I'm going to make this large if I can. There we go. And
dust storms. Now, Thea Gale has grown up in a world brought to its knees by drought and monstrous dust storms. Now, a message from her long-lost father will set her on a path through an exotic land. Along with her trusty sidekick Toto, she must befriend a ragtag group of outcasts to endure the many challenges along the way. Battle Brick Road Operation Zephyr is a 52-page graphic novel in the first volume in a 4-part series. From artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation, Battle Brick Road brings an original and multi-layered story to the familiar backdrop of Oz. Back it today and help bring to life this apocalyptically fresh take on the classic American fairy tale. Only on Indiegogo.
That's great. Yeah, that's a lot better than my video.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that came out. I think it looks great. I hope it draws people in and it gives them just enough to let them know that this is a Wizard of Oz inspired story, but at the same time, in no way just a one of the things that we talked about a lot early on is that if we were going to do the Wizard of Oz, then we were going to do it in a way that didn't just mean trying to capitalize on the name recognition of Oz. We were going to go in there and really try to tell a story that paid respect, added some nice allusions back to what was, but also was its own separate thing. And as I sent out the script to several close friends of mine who are in the creative spheres, one of the most ensuring comments I got from them was as they read it, they quickly lost sight that they were reading The Wizard of Oz, and they were just drawn into this new world that all of a sudden would go, oh crap, this is familiar. I know this, but that's not how that. And so they just got caught up in this new version of the story. And so I'm very excited for people to read and see familiar things, but done in a completely new and unfamiliar way.
Really cool. I gotta say, I love this page in particular. It looks like it could be a cover, but I'm imagining it's a splash page.
Page one,
I'm
baby.
sure
Page
that's page
one,
one.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome, man.
This is the opening chase scene. We're gonna pull back, and we're gonna see that it's not necessarily a city that they're going through.
Oh,
You'll see.
that's
Chimera,
interesting.
Chimera, to answer your question, Oz is in public domain. That is correct.
Yeah. That's true. But considering what we've done with it, it's basically its own property at this point.
Right.
Albert Grid
Yeah.
is, so.
It's very, very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you're just kind of taking a few little. I don't know, it's almost like you're just paying homage to them. You know,
Yeah, it kind of feels that way now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's cool, man. Nice.
Okay.
I dig it. That's cool. I've heard that chase scenes are one of the most difficult things to draw. Is that true?
It's difficult, but I have a cheat. I did this with Flying Fortress too. You plot everything out as if you're a movie director. What they would do is they would build they would plan their shots, right, with little models, little like Hot Wheels cars. So I do the same thing. You plan your shots with I use a 3D modeler for this. So I built these models in SketchUp. They're more of a kit bash. But what I can do with it is I can frame it just right, and then I flourish it with everything I can. This page is actually, I'm looking at it and thinking I need to add a little bit more here and there. But that's the thing about it's only pencils and colors. There's no ink, so there's going to be more room to experiment a little bit.
Yeah.
So I did that with Flying Fortress. I just try to think of it like I'm filming a scene in camera. So things are going to move around like they should. And you take a lot of cue from other good chase things like Mad Max, for instance, which is a bit of influence for this broken down world that we're starting off in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Nice. Well, so the style is interesting too. And there have been a few books in the history of comics there's probably been several that have worked this way. But I liked when you first got this page done, the color test. So this is pencils and colors. And this is the same colorist that works on Monster MD?
No.
Okay.
This is Pharaoh Normalizer. She did Door Kickers and Peregrine and Call of the Dead 2. She's going to be doing Lady Alchemy. She's the Eric Weathers of coloring now.
Nice.
So I'll let her everything. She'll color everything. And we're going to make a great team.
That looks great. Yeah, the style, when I saw the colors with it, it just brings it all together. Really cool. I like that a lot. I know we've been skipping around a ton. We skipped past, but yeah, $25, $85 is about Battle Brick Road 2 copies. So you're gonna get this is for, you need a reader copy and a collector copy.
Yeah,
you want to sell stuff on eBay.
Sell one on eBay, split it with a friend to save on shipping for those international, even domestic backers. Get a little bit of discount and kind of get $10 off, $15 off the whole of the 4 books and the 2 posters. So I think it's a pretty sweet deal if you want to exploit it. Keep going.
Dig it. All right, Battle Brick Road plus sketch for $100. You get original sketch. Is the sketch inside the book?
I can place it inside the book, but it's going to be a separate, like a sketch plate kind of thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that. It's probably better paper because I imagine
it's going to be. There are a few reasons. It's going to be better paper because it'll be on a nice thick Bristol. It'll allow for faster fulfillment because when we were packing Flying Fortress, I had 50 to 70 some sketches I had to do. And so my wife's waiting for me to finish those as she's trying to pack orders. This way I can just sort of draw them and they're done. And then we can just throw them in and it'll be good to go.
A quick,
you can frame it at your house. You can frame it when you get it too. So
quick interjection here. Lightning Fan, that's what it looks like the name is, asks, is this a different take on The Wizard of Oz or a continuation of the story? This is going to be a different take on The Wizard of Oz. Anybody who is familiar with the books at all knows that Frank L. Baum wrote 14 books total in The Wizard of Oz. The movie that we all are so familiar with came out, and it only covers that first book, which is exactly what Battle Brick Road, Operation Zephyr, not Operation Zephyr, I should say, just Battle Brick Road and all of its volumes, the 4 volumes that will be done, will be a reimagining of that first book. So it will be a reimagining, not a continuation, if that answers the question.
Oh. Yeah, I like it. So people, I'm just gonna pull this out of the chat because people are saying that your art, because a lot of people backed Flying Fortress, and now they're seeing this, and they're like, wow,
yeah, there's a bit of a difference.
There's a very noticeable step up. Not that there were problems with Flying Fortress in particular, but you can just see the progress, the progression of your art ability, and so that's pretty great. Yeah, I think that's a compliment. I dig it a lot.
I hope it's a compliment.
I think so.
It's been years. I have years of artwork under my belt between these 2 projects. I've sort of I work in the shadows almost. I don't put out a lot of artwork, but I'm drawing all the time, and it pays off. Practice makes perfect. So
absolutely. So the next step up here, we have Battle Brick Road plus supplemental plus sketch. Wait, didn't I already do that one? Supplemental. Oh, that's the difference. So this one, you get the supplemental book as well as the head sketch. 7 claimed so far. That sounds like it'd be a popular one too.
I'm going to be busy drawing the book and all of these sketches.
Yeah. Put Eric to work. Make him sketch.
Put me to work. I'm not busy enough. Oh, wait.
Battle Brick Road Super Fan Edition. This is a giant package full of stuff. Battle Brick Road fold out poster, the supplemental book, character sketch. Then you get an exclusive T-shirt, name in the book, full color ash can.
So the T-shirt I want to talk about specifically. It's very much in line with what John Malin has done with his Graveyard Ship T-shirt. So this is the red logo. The only way to ever get this red logo T-shirt is to back the book at the 250 or higher tiers, and that'll be from here into every Battle Brick Road crowdfunding endeavor that we do. So that'll show me that you guys are super fans and you really believed in the project, really believed in what Zeb and I were doing, and we'll buy you a beer if we meet you at a con, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Very cool. All right, and then Battle Brick Road. This is you sold one here, $500 tier Battle Brick Road Oz Citizen. So this is basically the same thing, but you get Eric Weathers to draw you into the book, correct?
That's absolutely correct. Yep, that's correct. There are 10 slots available in Munchkin Land, and that one of those can be you. Ethan bought this one, so he said I had to draw Mike Miller. So I don't know the legality of that one, so we'll figure that out when we get there. So man, I'm excited. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words. Zeb, take over for me.
That's fun.
I saw another question here. What was this?
Refresh this.
From Zach Bradley. Question for Zeb. Will you be attending next week's Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition with Eric? I am not aware of what this event even is. So I would say at that level, not necessarily, though I am not opposed to attending, depending on how much time I really have to spend with Eric. That's really kind of what it comes down to. So
you don't want to be that close to me all the time, which is why we barely meet in person.
Eric and I were practicing social distancing long before coronavirus. So
we have for years.
I
forgot about that. So those that don't know, on the Drawn and Quartered Fan Edition Ultimate, what have you, we're going to be doing Oz themed drawings, and I think Eric Hawkins has an Oz book out as well, currently funding on, I'm not sure where. I think I saw it on Kickstarter, but that may have been an old one. But he has the Zomberful World of Oz, and we're going to be doing our take on our characters. So
interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Good way to promote and have some fun.
Yeah.
Here's we're at 8,035. Let's get to that 5 figures, ma'am level.
Agreed.
That's a good idea.
Agreed.
So we have crushed, I have the numbers here. We have crushed Flying Fortress's day one. Flying Fortress day one ended. The first 24 hours was $67.
I mean, you didn't even, the crazy thing to me is you didn't even pop off the email yet to your mailing list,
It's
and it was
out.
already like, but when we were talking earlier, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were already
I
at
was-
like over 6,000 or something.
Well, I was holding out for the last minute to download the email addresses and put them in MailChimp. So there were 649 people that signed up early.
Nice.
And they're also anybody that backed a Flying Fortress book also got an email too. So
Love it. Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is looking at the backer number. I'm always super interested to see like how many backers you pull in, and not just me, everyone is like, there's people just waiting in the wings to be like, he made less on his second campaign than he did on his first, you know what I mean? Like all that kind of nonsense. So I don't know though. I don't, it's great when you're crowdfunding because I don't feel stressed out at all. I just feel like this is going to do but way better than the first one. And it won't matter. I'll let you be stressed out over it. It's kind of nice.
Don't worry. I'm already on the stress train.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I mean, this is such a good start that it must feel better. You know, it must feel pretty good to have beaten your goal or from the last one, I guess. But the goal now is 15,000 day one. I think
that's what Clint thinks is we're going to reach 15,000.
Yeah. We got
in the first day. You say
that.
First day?
First 24 hours. Yeah.
24. Okay.
That's the goal. It wouldn't surprise me if you did more, actually. But
hey, does Vaughn have the link? Is he sleeping? Where's Vaughn?
I don't know. Hi, Vaughn. How long have you been there?
I'm right here for you, buddy.
I've been here the whole time.
Okay.
Don't even notice me.
I know. Well, I mean, yeah. I was just watching you guys talk. I wasn't here that long. What's up, guys?
Okay.
How's it going?
Problem is, I'm sharing my screen, so I'm like, I gotta keep an eye on StreamYards too. Welcome.
No
Vaughn.
worries.
How is this, man? I'm gonna refresh this again. Over 8,105.
This is amazing.
First hour.
This is amazing. This is a hit. This is a hit.
Yep.
Already. Calling
Vaughn,
it.
by the way, Vaughn, this is Zeb, writer of Battlebrick Road. Zeb, this is Vaughn, writer of Monster MD.
Oh, hey, Zeb.
Vaughn, I'm a huge fan of your work.
Oh, thanks, man. You make me want to put these on.
Oh, perfect. Now, see, you can't really be in the Writers Club unless we look as sophisticated as we truly are.
Now we can talk writing.
Now you're already beating me because you've got the fingers interlaced and everything. So I need to be
practice.
You're right.
Young
posture's
Padawan.
way off on this writing gig. So.
We all got our glasses out. This is great.
Glasses stream.
Love it. Yeah, got a lot more intellectual up in here.
Oh man, this is good, man. I like
Good
it.
to meet you, Zeb. I cannot wait for this book. I've already backed, and all the things I've talked about when it comes to the story that you've developed here with Eric just sounds amazing. So I can't wait.
I just realized I have not backed it yet.
Oh my goodness! What
I'm going to back it right now.
Now you have to back it.
We're talking about it, and I was like, oh shoot, I need to back this thing.
Yeah, just make sure you don't share your screen while you do it.
Yeah, I'm not right. Okay, yeah, we're good. I'm going to back it right now, and yeah, this will be good. So I got to have a question for Zeb.
Shoot.
Does this campaign stress you out? Like yesterday, were you stressed out about the campaign?
You know, Eric and I have been going on this project now, I think, for about 2 years. And I think we initially planned on launching roughly a year, maybe after we started conversations. And then Eric's campaign blew up and things just got crazy in his life in general with all of his endless lettering that he does.
It's still endless.
And so I think after a while, I just kind of settled into knowing that it was going to happen and when it was going to happen. And now that we're at that precipice, and now that we passed that precipice, I'm just kind of along for the ride. You know, I feel like I have done as much as I can for my part at this stage of getting the writing done and like just trying to make this story everything that I felt that it could be. And I think we're very close to that. I think that the art alone speaks for itself, which is really honestly what gets people so excited about these campaigns is the things you can see. Obviously, they can't read portions of the story in the same aspect that they can just look at Eric's incredible art and say, yes, I want to be a part of that. So in a sense, I know that my job's done. And in another sense, I feel like it's not even started yet because nobody's been able to actually read the book to see what the story is. But coming into yesterday, I think that was probably, yes, the biggest bit of nerves was, you know what if this was all of this time, all this effort, and then we log in and then like day one, we've like crashed at, you know, $5,000 or something like that. Not that I ever really saw it as a huge possibility because of Eric's abilities really and what his art does and how well it speaks to people. So I never really saw it as a real threat, but it was that moment of what if all of this time, that sort of personal doubt that comes in that says, what if everything you just did it amounts to a pile of turds that you might as well, you know, brush off.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny how to me it always happens. Like yesterday, you know, Eric's like, "Hey, can we talk for a minute?" We had a little just private.
I need to just fire with some people for a little while.
But I know that feeling. It's like January. I was the same way before I launched. It's just like I don't know. What if everyone hates me and they all collude on not backing the book or something? And you know what I mean? Like you just think of like the worst possible,
possible scenario to live in. Yeah.
Well, right now you're #1 trending on Indiegogo. That was easy. Good job, guys.
Almost like we planned it that way.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Love it. And I don't know, like, so I want to look at stretch goals. Do you have any posted yet?
Not yet, but I need to. Shoot, I didn't do the art yet, but we'll type some in. How about first stretch goal is everybody likes to use bookmark, right? Let's go and throw a bookmark in there for first stretch.
Look at your actual goal. You already crushed your actual goal. So you put $1,000 going for the algorithm.
Went for the algorithm.
Yep.
I trust in this audience, so I trust in Comicsgate, and you know, there was enough like I can't wait from multiple people that I was like, okay, I think I can do this, and I know that if funding didn't happen, I was going to be able to pay for coloring out of my own pocket just with the lettering jobs that I've been doing and printing. Having printed a 228-page book. Printing a 52 to 60-page book is a whole lot less in cost as well. So I knew that the numbers-wise, it was going to shake out either way. So,
yeah. Well, I have a stretch goal for you, and I posted this on Twitter, but I still want this to happen. Let me share my screen again.
You're going to get me divorced if this happens.
I want you to have a haircut that you won't financially recover from.
See, I need to financially recover. I could go full exotic.
Yeah, this would be like 100K. 100K. I don't know how much a Joe Exotic mullet is worth.
It's got to be 6 figures. It has to be.
Yeah, because it includes a good, thorough bleaching.
Yeah,
and then you've got the mullet, but you still have bangs up top.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not everyone could do that.
That's true.
Stop sharing. There we go. All right. Battlebrick Road is on Indiegogo. I'm gonna share the screen again. I hope moderators. I know there's a lot of wrenches out there now, but I don't think I'm seeing a lot of links. So that's okay. I'll take all the referral points. I'm gonna be posting this as well. If you haven't backed it, back it. I backed it. Now I can officially say I backed it. There you go. You're still climbing. 147 backers. The next landmark to hit is $9,000. I think $10,000. When exactly did you launch this thing? Where's the hour mark? Do we just pass it?
10 o'clock, 10 a.m. So we're an hour and 10 minutes in.
Hour and 10 minutes in. Okay.
That's amazing.
Excellent. So within 2 hours, 10 grand I think is doable. But I'm thinking, I'm kind of like, should I have picked a bigger goal for day one? 15,000. I think 15,000 is a goal, but I think you could. It's totally doable.
You're too kind. You're too kind. You're just going to hear me stress sigh all day.
It's funny too, because once you hit a goal, then it's like, okay, that feels good. But what's the next goal? And then you start, it's more stressful. So
yeah,
it's chasing the dragon. That's all it is.
1,000,000% accurate.
Because like for me, when I launched my first campaign, I was like, if I make 35 grand, I'll be okay. Now I'm like, how about 80? How about 80? Let's do it.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, We are 2 away from the first 150 backers. 2 away. Somebody's going to be the lucky number 150.
2 away. Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm 3 away. There we go. 2 away. We're going to dive into the drama now. A man in lunacy has got a question. He says, how does Zeb feel about those dastardly McCoys?
Man. Well, thankfully we've buried most of our anger for each other. It's actually kind of funny. There was a girl I dated before I met my wife, and as soon as we broke up, she went and she married a McCoy. And I'm talking like within 3 months. So, I mean, there's rebounding, and then there's rebounding and falling so far off the tracks, man, that you run to a McCoy. So, I mean, but yeah, great people. McCoys, great people. Love them. Some of the best people, right? Great people.
Great people. The McCoy people.
Nice.
When I did that genetic profile thing, they said I had some relation to McCoys.
Really? Well, that's
I think.
fantastic.
Let the rivalry.
You and I will have to get together, and we will ceremonially bury a hatchet. Just we'll put it
right, and then I'll steal your girl. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll steal your pig. We'll get it all going again.
Right, it'll start right back over.
Dig it. We're legit 1 backer away. I'm gonna refresh this again. 149. Who wants to be the 1 backer? We need a hero.
150.
We need a hero.
Yeah.
Boom.
Here we go. I backed Battlebrick Road. Looks great. I have backed his previous book, Flying Fortress. It was great.
Thank you very much, George. Thank you. We have a super fan in the house. Thank you, George. Flying Fortress is still in demand as well. If anybody still looking to pick that up, I think I've actually seen a couple books trickle in just today, so that's good. And those are currently shipping. So Flying Fortress, you order the book, it's going to be shipped within that week. So yeah. Stuff.
Should we play the game? This is the segment on the show that Vaughn likes the best because I just throw him into it without his permission or consent. And that is where that's where Vaughn sells Eric's book. I just love doing this where he just has to randomly pitch a book without any preparation whatsoever ahead of time. Are you filling up for it, Vaughn?
Does it matter?
It's early. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's been spoken on the internet, so it is now a thing. So
no consent. #me too. All right. Battlebrick Road. On a mission to find her father, Thea Gale falls into a hidden world torn apart by years of warfare. Ooh. Do you guys let's start this out a little more dramatically. We're off to see the wizard. The wonderful Wizard of Oz. Wow, 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 wow. That's how they do every movie trailer these days, right?
Very Michael Bay. That's very Michael Bay. I see it.
Dorothy falls. A cyclone of flying monkeys screeches as she blasts her pitiful 9mm into them. There's no place like home. Dorothy, a hot, young, red-headed starlet, is looking for daddy. Where? In Oz, where the yellow brick road is just a devastated, washed-up, broken-down hellscape. And all of the things that you thought were fantastic about Oz are about to be destroyed before your eyes and then rebuilt in the imagination of one Eric Weathers and Zeb Hatfield. If you're a McCoy, you may still purchase this book.
McCoys are not banned,
but at a premium. At a premium.
Encouraged.
Now look at that scarecrow. The fact of the matter is that what sells. There's so many takes on Oz. I mean, you can't even keep up with them.
Yeah.
And yet this take is so fresh and interesting and fun that pictures like this scarecrow get me excited because in my opinion, what really sells them is your takes on the classic characters we all know and love, the main characters that the lion, your scarecrow, your Tin Man. If you don't have a cool one, people aren't going to get into it. And when I see this scarecrow, I want this book. That is how awesome looking it is.
That scarecrow is pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I dig it.
Thank you very much.
You know, Vaughn, I wouldn't do that to you if you weren't so darned good at it. That's the problem. Or it's not a problem, but Yeah, that was pretty
Not
amazing.
a
You just
problem at all. I loved it.
I
want
know you
more.
just pulled that out.
I know.
Let's see it. Did Vaughn move the needle? That's
Oh,
the
he
question.
did.
Oh, he did it.
Vaughn, you might have thrown me off a little bit with like Thea is on her way to find a new daddy. I mean, it might change the undertone of the story a little bit, but we can work with that.
Well, yeah. Don't edit on my account, okay?
Wait a minute, that's just a new daddy. Maybe a new. That's what.
Daddy Part 2.
It's been Toto all along. Her and Toto are going to fall in love. There's going to be a strange relationship going there. Did you you went through all of the tiers, right, Clint?
I think so. Yeah, we got to the $500, right? Get drawn into the book.
I updated with I added the first stretch goal at 10,000 for bookmarks. And if you scroll down, you're going to see a couple of other things. I added, I don't know, I haven't been watching yours, but there's add-ons you can do to any order. You can add an extra copy of the book or the supplemental book or sketch, poster. Scroll up just a smidge there, right there.
Stretch goals.
Stretch goals. And I'm going to add graphics to those too. So
very cool,
I like seeing the visual representation and not just a text block. So that'll get there. And of course, there are going to be trading cards. I'm loving the trading card idea more and more. Last campaign, we did postcards, and it was actually pretty popular, but something about the trading card feels a little bit more comic booky, because I grew up collecting them and trading them with friends and just thinking about.
I mean, who didn't own Fleer 96, X-Men, or some of those cards?
Right. Exactly. In fact, I got them here. I have tons of them here. So,
they're easy to collect too, which is I'm finding with a lot of the crowdfunding stuff. Like you start seeing some of the same things, like bookmarks. I love getting bookmarks. And I still have all these leftover bookmarks from my last campaign of my own. But I still love getting more bookmarks because I use them all the time. My kids use them. And then it ends up being like I get this collection of them. So I don't know. Me personally, I'm like, I'm always going to do a bookmark because I just like getting them.
Sure.
Yeah, really cool. So everyone's going to get a bookmark at $10,000, which we're not far off from. I mean,
no, we're not. We're less than 2,000 away, almost 1,200 away.
I'm kind of like trigger happy on the refreshing here.
Yeah,
keep doing it. It's fun though. It's fun.
You got to do what I'm pretty sure Ethan does. Is he has the campaign open on a different screen and refreshes so that he knows when he refreshes that the numbers are there.
It won't be like, oh man. Yeah. All right. Well, I posted the link again. Moderators, feel free to spam the chat with those links. There's no such thing as too much.
There's no links. Too much promotion on a day like today.
Yeah. The other thing too is if you've backed the book already, because it's day one, there's so much momentum. Share this out on social media. Not this. I mean, you could share the stream, but the focus is Battle Brick Road. So like get into the campaign, back it, and then go share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever the kids today are doing. TikTok, I don't know. Can you share links there? I don't know. Share it everywhere because that really helps, especially on day one. The more that you can say, whoa, first hour, $8,000, almost $9,000 first hour, that really impresses people and gets more people to back. So I dig it. What's the, I don't know, let me see. Ships worldwide. What's the date for this thing? That's always a tough subject. Like, when is this going to be finished?
Everybody knows how busy I am. I am the hardest. I'll take on the mantle. I am the hardest working man in Comicsgate. Just this week alone, I will be lettering at least 4 books. Just this week alone. Well, I guess 3 because I finished one already. And there may be, in fact, there are more because I remember I got some emails with some, not full books, but at least partial books. So I am working my tail off to get this thing done. I'm doing it right. Art-wise, it won't take as long because there's no inking involved. But right now the plan is to hopefully get it done and in your hands by March. I'm trying to go before or after the Christmas holiday because I fulfilled during a Christmas holiday with Flying Fortress, and it just was not enjoyable at all. We didn't get to relax and watch all the fun Christmas movies and drink and do all that fun stuff that you get to do over Christmas. We did, but we were also packing books and working our fingers to the bone and getting everything out the door. So depending on where the finishing of the book lies, it'll be hopefully before or after Christmas, give or take a couple of months. It's hard to know. I don't know what the supplemental book's going to look like in the end. If we get a lot of fan art, if we get more pages that I draw, and I'm like, let's rework this. So a lot of that cutting room floor stuff will be in there, and we'll see. That's planned hopefully by March, but I really want to do it sooner than then. But
Nice.
I also want to letter all these books too. Got to keep the engines running.
Yeah, makes sense. That's
Yeah.
good. This is the big book
Cool.
for this year. Then
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah. After this, depending on things, we'll see where we go from here. So
Cool.
Eric, here's a question that was for you. Will the full color ash can only be available in the super fan and up perk?
yes, it will be, and that's going to be a special ash can. Right now, the plan is to color up the 8-page ash can as it was, but that's also going to be in the supplemental book. So I'm gonna be looking at, Zeb, I haven't talked to you about this yet, but I'm going to be looking at maybe doing a small 8-page story that we might be able to hire somebody else to do. More like a more friendly, kid-oriented something.
Didn't we talk about something maybe with Toto or
That's exactly what I was thinking, like Toto's Adventure or something like that. Some fun thing that we can.
short little silent film style thing?
Exactly. So
Let's just
cool.
Let's just workshop the whole thing right here. What do you think?
as long as we don't take any information from
I'm
chat,
kidding. I'm
we can
kidding.
legally do it.
You don't want anyone saying they stole my idea.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. So I had somebody send me a thing about Wizard of Oz, a script, and I didn't even read it. I was like, I don't want anything.
No.
So
Are you the James Brown of comics? Dig it. Albino Thunderband's back. Backer number 51.
I'm gonna kiss myself. I'm so pretty. Yeah, I'm the James Brown of comics. I don't fully understand that reference. Is it the dancing? It might be the dancing, or the fact that I just carry a loaded 45, a loaded 357 everywhere I go.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It sounds like a great compliment. So
I think it is, because James Brown is amazing. I just don't have the guy to come over and put a cape over me when I'm like done for the day and walking off stage.
yeah.
So,
Love it.
Hit refresh for me.
Hit refresh. Oh, let's see what happened here. Oh, 9,000 exactly.
$9,000 on the nose.
155 backers. Wow. So 10,000 is it's only $1,000 away. That's really not even that many backers away. We have enough backers watching the stream right now to probably get you to, I don't know what, well over $10,000.
Well over 10 grand. And remember, if you want to show your support up front, you don't even have to back. You don't have to back with a pledge. You can just hit the back it purple or pink button there and just enter whatever amount you want. So throw a little money towards the book. That's always a good thing. Yeah. Now you read it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, what? The hardest man. James Brown was known as the hardest working man in show business.
Yeah, that was his, there was the king of pop, the king of rock and roll, and the hardest working man in show business. I remember that now that I've read it, but it wasn't clicking. So I apologize. Everybody's yelling at me in chat. He was the hardest working man.
Cam's bringing in the drama too. Sweet Cass is going to cry when this obliterates, in all caps, first day Downcast cause drama. That's right. I'm upset already. If you guys want to see me get more upset, the higher this number gets, the more I will throw a tantrum on air.
I want to see
Trust me, nobody wants to see that.
Do it.
Or everyone wants to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody does.
Everyone wants to see it. Let's shift into, I guess, comics a little bit.
Sure.
I'm just gonna leave this open so Battlebrick Road. Everyone knows the reason for the season right now is Battlebrick Road. But Diamond, Vaughn, did you watch any of that live stream? We talked about this behind the scenes a little bit already, but did you watch that live stream with Steve Jeppy talking about Diamond? Basically, he's like, hey, man, we can do it. That was the plan for the future of comics and reopening.
It was hope, right?
Yeah.
That was the plan. Hope for the best.
Hope and no change.
Positivity.
Yeah. That's not how you adapt to bad situations and make things better at all. I understand how a pep talk is nice, but it'll ring hollow if there's no real plan to make real change and kind of restructure the way they've been doing things. They've been doing things under more of the mantra of far left ideology, which is people's voices matter more based off of their arbitrarial traits, their skin, their sexuality, their gender. And because of that, they're giving jobs to people who aren't necessarily qualified. And now we have this mess of like bad art, bad story, and activist creators attacking fans. And there's no way that's sustainable, So I really hope I'm hoping that someone somewhere goes, no, like we gotta start hiring the new voices in comics and not worry about whether or not they're, a boy, girl, gay, straight, white, brown, doesn't matter.
And then one of the most interesting things to me is, well, I know the conversation went a lot of different places, but Steve Jeppy actually brought up crowdfunding. He's like, hey, you could throw it on a crowdfunder and then all of a sudden you have money. And it was just hilarious to see, especially because, a lot of comic skaters were in the chat, but your boy Zach was there. And the host took a minute to stop and call him out from the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was. Oh, I made a video about it. It was kind of cringy, but after that, then they started asking some tougher questions. But the insane thing was, though, when you think about it, it was like because of Indiegogo, he shipped out more books than Diamond distributors did in the past month. That's nuts.
Wow.
When you think about it. Yeah. I mean,
it's a revolution, man.
It's insane.
That's a new world. It's a new world we're in.
You keep hearing from people that well, no one's buying comics. Well, people still have money. I've still been buying comics, personally. You get bored and you want to, I don't know, you still want entertainment. You still, I don't know, for me, especially with crowdfunding, it's like you want the pipeline to continue. So you keep getting those care packages every so often, But yeah, it's a good example. Like, even though comic shops have stopped, major publishers have stopped, independent comics, Indiegogo, Comicsgate still going. Nothing has changed there. So I don't know. It really is. It's amazing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, I don't like monopolies. I just don't. Yeah. I don't like that every time people bring up Diamond, there's this sulking, oh, it's Diamond. It can't last forever like that. So
yeah.
Nothing lasts forever, and
right.
we're on the ground floor of the rebirth of the sea change in the industry. Yeah, the big two will probably still be there in some semblance, but direct to consumer crowdfunded books, man, this is important. It's not just the new thing, it's important. And we're going to keep seeing it grow. I really believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to find, should I do it? Should I find the clip of
him spurging out?
Him, yeah. Let's see if I can find it. I did my own video and I have a clip of it, but I talk over it and, oh, come on. I don't want to get me talking. That's strange. I'll find it. There we go. Almost. I should have prepped this ahead of time.
You really should have. This is supposed to be a professional endeavor. We're
I know. All right, here we go.
YouTubers on the platform, and yet you don't have anything queued up. I see how it is.
I know. I'm just keeping you on your toes. So let's see. Okay. I'm gonna play this, and I hope that this is where it starts. Wait, I gotta share the audio. Stop. I know, guys. I'm a professional here. Share screen, share audio, share. There we go. All right, here we go. So yeah, your boy Zach was there, and the thing is,
he's so fed up.
The thing is, everybody you talk to is always complaining about Diamond constantly. Publishers, comic shops, everybody's complaining about Diamond, and then when they have a chance to talk to the man himself, everybody's just becomes a yes man. It was just kind of nuts. So here, let's see if we can play this.
Okay. All right, Mr. Comics Matter. All right, Mr. Comicsgate. I've invited you to be on this show many times. If you want to voice your opinion, come on the show. You've got an open opportunity to really talk about it. Unless all you're interested in is ginning up controversy and making a lot of money by hatred, come on and talk about this industry that you claim to know about. Because you're one of the prime guys that talks a lot of stuff and really doesn't know what he's talking about. So I respect you. I respect your opinions and what you do, but I don't respect this kind of negativity for the point of negativity. I'm sorry to derail the show this way, guys, but this is really important to me.
Kidding me.
Clint,
Sorry, guys.
what the hell is happening?
I've got
Who's calling you?
I've got all my work stuff going on at the same time, so it's through the computer. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, that was the whole clip there. Anyway, that timing was okay.
Yeah,
The problem was sharing your audio.
I could just picture Zach seething at that point. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I know, and the other thing too is it's like you've got these other publishers on the stage,
They just sit there.
and they're sitting there. They looked super uncomfortable during that, I gotta say,
Mhm.
because that was so out of left field. It was random.
Yeah.
But also it's like he is a publisher though, and like and
Absolutely.
he is growing.
Has
So
been for 2 years.
yeah, I don't know, so shocked about all this, so nuts. But yeah, seeing the faces on some of these publishers, they're just like, man, what's going on?
What are you doing?
It's pretty great. Yeah, so there's some drama for the stream. There we go. Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
drama.
That's what Bo Bice came for, was the drama.
Wilberforce Wooster says we're only $845 away from 10K. Should take a look back at that campaign. That means I can refresh it. I'll take it. All right. 158 backers. Another great number is like 200 backers. Every 100 backers is like a new, you've reached a new level.
If you hit refresh one more time, the monetary number goes up.
Oh, you look at that. $9,215. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, man. I'm going to share this link
again. Thanks everybody for who has already backed, and all of you out there who are hovering over the perk level that you want. Thank you in advance for clicking that and hitting back it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This project has been, and still it has been years in the making, and we're still working on it, obviously, but man, you're lighting the fire under us. That's for damn sure.
Absolutely. And every share helps. Every tweet, every Facebook share, every person who can see this and say, wow, I didn't know that there was anything about the Wizard of Oz, or wow, this is just a really interesting visual take. I agree with Vaughn when he was looking at that headshot of the Scarecrow. I mean, you look at that and you're like, wow, okay, that's dark, like Christopher Nolan styled, like Wizard of Oz looking Scarecrow that I want to see. I want to know what's going on with that guy. He looks perturbed about something. Let's see what he's perturbed about. So
he's a little miffed.
Yeah, he's a little miffed. So just every share. Again, just thanks so much for the support so far, and we'd love to see this book just get really big and kind of really help push this book as far as we can get it.
Yeah, good stuff.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So
I won't even try.
We did have a question in the chat earlier. I kind of passed. I don't remember if we addressed this, but you guys friends in real life? Zeb and Eric?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would say that I know him personally. So
yeah,
we met before either of us knew that the other one was involved. Well, I won't say that. I went to a Bible study that Eric Weathers was at. And at this study, a guy approached me and said, so what are you into? I was new to this church. And I said, well, I'm working on some comics. I'm a writer. I enjoy writing things. And he said, well, you should talk to Eric Weathers. He's a comic book writer. And it just so happened that I had briefly met Eric years in the past at one of Wichita's first kind of local Comic-Cons. And I had a little business card with his Flying Fortress logo on it that I'd picked up. I had a copy of, I think, the first issue, maybe. I'm not sure.
Rare one.
And it was an old one. And I had that card though for so long. And when I met him, I was like, dude, like it's really just weird meeting you, because I wanted to do writing. I see you, I see a local, and I was always very inspired by your work with Flying Fortress. My grandpa was in World War II and actually flew in a B-24 Liberator, so it really rang home for me in a lot of ways. Great story. And then we meet, and get to know each other a little bit, decide that we can appropriately stand the other's presence long enough to potentially work on something together.
Yeah.
And that kind of led us here. I can't remember exactly, Eric, when you approached me about maybe doing a story together or something like that.
I think it was after we reached second base.
Okay, fair.
I was the progenitor of the Me Too movement in comics. Within our book. No, I'm kidding. I came to you not long after we had met and said, maybe we should work on something. I said, I have a couple of ideas. Let me run past you. And we went to that bar and we had our Irish red ales. And I said, these are the two books. What do you think would work best? And you liked them both, but you said, let's go with the Oz. Let's do the Oz book. So
Yep, that's right. Because you had said that you had talked to your wife a little bit about doing sort of a militaristic, post-apocalyptic sort of spin on the Wizard of Oz, and you actually had, I think, the concepts for the major characters done at that point.
Yeah, I had shells of concepts, and you swooped in there and took care of my babies, and then we have a beautiful family together.
Yeah, we do.
We're looking forward to growing old with.
Two of a kind working on a full house, right?
That's right.
$9,320. 161 backers. I hope the link is being spammed. I am seeing the link. That's good. Posting the link again anyway, because you can never post it too often, too frequently.
That's true. Today's the big day. How many people are watching, by the way? I don't have the live stream.
We've got 133 people watching right now.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We appreciate the company.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
especially
no doubt.
during the day. I don't do many like live streams in the middle of the day, but it is exciting when there's a launch of a campaign. There's always an influx of people that are interested. It's always cool to see like how well it does in the first few hours, you know?
Yeah. I'm expecting there to be this is the high. Zeb, be prepared for the long drone of the next 2 weeks.
Right.
Because it's never $10,000 every day. So
yeah, it seems like you get stuck at some number, or it feels like you're stuck kind of in the middle, and you're like, oh no, what happened? The wheels fell off. But it always happens every time. So
it's just part of the process. I see Jasper.
George had a question here. If you signed up for the advance notice email and you pledged day one, do you get a bonus perk? I think, Eric, you specified on those that you do get an exclusive trading card.
Yes. If you signed up before the campaign launched on the campaign sign up page, the pre-campaign page, and you back the book at any point, it doesn't have to be day one, but if you signed up early and you back the book, you're going to get an exclusive trading card that nobody else is going to get, except maybe my mom. That's because she birthed me. But so there were 649 back pre-signups. So 649 of you, if you all back, will be getting that special trading card. And we'll reveal that when the time is right. Mm-hmm. So that'll come with your order. That'll come when the books ship. We'll cross-reference the email addresses. So
excellent. Cool. Yeah, so that answers your question. Good job, Zeb, also looking at chat. I try to look at it, but you know,
your hands full. I'm trying to help you out.
It's like chewing gum and walking, you know, except it really shouldn't be that hard, but it becomes it. Charlie's London for $4.99. That's pounds, euro. I don't know. $4.99. Thank you. Appreciate that, Charlie's London. Hail, Eric. I'm debating reviewing Flying Fortress as a Charlie's London VE Day special later, as I just got it. What do you guys think? I'll promo Battle Brick Road 2. I think that's a great idea.
It's perfect timing. Hail Charlie. Charlie's London is fantastic. She's also got some rumblings of a book that she's working on. She's got a new YouTube channel coming up. So Charlie's, I think that would be a fantastic idea. Flying Fortress and the London's VE Day, you know, they sort of go hand in hand, allies and whatnot. I think that'd be great. I'd be honored for you to do that. And, you know, plug a little Battle Brick Road. I mean, why not? Why not? You have permission granted.
Love it. That's awesome. Yeah, Charlie's, I'm excited to see your book when you get that going. That'll be great. I think people are on to me. I'm kidding. Snitch Face the Fool says, nice clickbait title, Clint. I think it's very accurate title, but it might be like, 2% clickbait. we'll see. Yeah. Glad everyone's watching here. 131 people at the moment. Battlebrick Road. Dare I refresh it again, or am I going
I
too
don't know.
fast here?
I should be the one that tells you when to do it.
You tell me when to do it. I'm going to be posting a link here.
What number?
The
were you
last
at? Go ahead.
last 3 times have been good. It's gone up, so that's good. So you guys want to see? Speaking of trading cards, I'm going to change the subject just for a minute and show you if you want to see trading cards for Downcast. Because
Yes.
why not?
Let's see it.
Here we go. Just got these back. These are the 5 that are going to be sealed in wax packs.
I need to talk to you about that, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Let's talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are coming. I've got the 5 here, and then I'm gonna have one more, I believe, because we had a stretch goal for everyone to get a trading card that won't be inside the wax pack. But these are the 5 that'll be in it. And the artist is like, hey, I've got this idea for this different style. Can I do it? And I was like, you know what? Just you do you. Whatever you want to do, like go nuts, have fun with it. And so it was really fun to see what he came out with. So here's Rise. He's the bad guy. Here's a deadliner. I said, we need more representation. So can you do a really cute female deadliner? And
yeah, when it comes to representation, I'm like, we need to represent really hot women. Like, they're not in comics enough these days.
I know, yeah. It's this demographic needs a little bit more attention. So there's our deadliner, Babe, pretty good. There's
Duggar, nice.
Yeah, which has been like kind of interesting to me, but a lot of people are like, yeah, Duggar was my favorite character in the book.
Yeah, he's very intriguing.
He's an interesting character.
Gosh dang it, my words are escaping me. He's a good dude. I'll just leave it there. I'm like Elmer Porky Pig sometimes. I can't find the words.
Interesting guy. There's Jax, and then last but not least, and he called this a really graphic design. There's Joanne.
I like that.
The orb,
nice.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Cool. I like that style.
Yeah. I dig it too. It was like he did a Joanne card in a different style, and I was like, oh, it looks great. Like it looked good. And then he got back and he's like, no, I have a better idea. I want to change this. Can I do it? It's like, do it, man. Do it.
He said, yeah. Did you say, do it?
Do it. Yeah. That's exactly how it went down.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are cool.
My YouTube video that's 2 seconds long of me saying, do it.
Highest rated video on your channel.
Highest rated video of all time.
I love it. I think I missed a super chat. Let's see. It's Canadian, right? Everyone's going to test me on my currency. CA is Canadian, $10 Canadian. We're going to go with that. Thank you very much. Appreciate it from Adam C. A lot of great CGers are giving trading cards along with their comics. Have there been thoughts to any binders to hold them? I'll tell you, for me personally, I've thought about that. I almost bought one. In fact, I thought that I did. I bought this portfolio thing. I wanted to see what Ethan's honeycomb box was going to be, and so I purchased one. But this is a Transformers one, and it's really cool. But they had the same website had binders, for cards, and I thought you kind of need one because you're starting to get all these cards,
Yep.
So I don't have one, but I want to get one. I think it's a good
If I'm
idea.
not mistaken, Ethan has talked about doing a Cyberfrog one.
It's a good idea.
It is a good idea. If there were any Comicsgate character to go on a binder, I mean that would be the obvious one. But you can get binders customized all over the place, so it's something to look into. Absolutely.
Yep.
Hot women need representation too. Yep.
We need a Trapper Keeper crowdfund.
Yeah, it's a good idea because you get all these cards and they're easy to store, and in theory, like they're easy to store and collect, but you got to have something to store and collect them, especially if you're not already kind of collecting cards,
Yeah.
So but it's cool. I have found that it's even with like comics and things, I have a long box, but it was kind of what motivated me to get the spinner rack because you want to see them. I don't know. That's how I am anyway. It kind of feels weird to bag and board it and then go hide it somewhere. So yeah, I like seeing them. I don't know how the light affects it though, because I have a window over here. I don't know. Some collector will set me straight.
Gabriel Hernandez asked a question. He said, looking at any other public domain properties for a similar treatment, am I? No, not right now. There was just something special about the Wizard of Oz, and my initial seed of an idea was it being a video game property, and you're set in the world of Oz, but Dorothy, Tin Man, Lion, and Toto, and Scarecrow are all just decked out badasses that are like hunting down the wicked witches and blasting through flying monkeys and winkies and all sorts of creature. So that was the initial idea, and I thought that sounds like a comic book. So that's sort of what it evolved to. Obviously, that's why we're here with Battle Brick Road. But no plans to like jump on Peter Pan or Alice in Wonderland or anything like that. After this, I've got other irons in the fire that I'm working on. You guys have seen stuff for Savage Wilds from Sensory Comics, Aldous, and Sierra Whiskey. That's on the agenda as well, and then as well as something with one of the people directly beneath me that isn't Zeb Hatfield. We might be tinkering on something. But given the state, given the state of how well this does, that still might be a few years down the road. But I hate to say it, but you got to go where the fans are. We'll tease it. We'll tease it sometime here. The next, probably
the drama stream begins.
You've got to do, Vaughn. You have to do the other book first.
I do. You've seen it. You've seen my secret project, and it's baller. Is it not? Is it not baller? Is it not something that would shake the heavens?
Ballin and shot Colin.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get that out of the way as soon as I can.
Yeah, get it out of the way. That's what we like to hear.
Adam posts for $2. Thanks, Adam. Says congratulations on Battle Brick Road. Back it now. I added the pauses for emphasis.
Thank you very much, Adam.
For drama.
Postman, president of Comicsgate, Adam Post.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Great guy.
Super knowledgeable too.
No, you bring up any subject,
and
he's like, oh, here's the history of that, and here's what's good and bad about it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He'll know you get into these really specific business things that you don't really think about until you start publishing, and he's just a wealth of knowledge. Like, oh yeah, I've done that 100 times, and just make sure you do this X, Y, and Z. Make sure to ask your printer this question or that question, like just very specific things. So he's great. And he says, and a little sexy.
He is a little sexy.
Yeah, we'll grant you that.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Cam is posting the link as all wrenches should. Great job, Cam. Appreciate that. And I'm gonna refresh this. I gotta do it. It's been long enough. I can't wait. All right.
Did we watch the video already?
We did, but we can watch it again because who knows? Half the people here could be new, and it's a short video, unlike some of the other videos that show up that I may or may not have produced. You're less than $500 away from hitting $10,000. That's a good place to be. I'm still getting work emails and all that.
We got to get to 10 grand, people. Come on now.
All right, so I'm going to watch this, but I've got to share the audio again, and I hope I don't get calls. Let's see. Hope that it doesn't happen. Hold on here 1 minute. Share the screen.
Got a small window.
Yeah. Share their screen. Share the audio. Here we go. Play full screen.
Thea Gale has grown up in a world brought to its knees by drought and monstrous dust storms. Now, a message from her long-lost father will set her on a path through an exotic land. Along with her trusty sidekick Toto, she must befriend a ragtag group of outcasts to endure the many challenges along the way. Battle Brick Road Operation Zephyr is a 52-page graphic novel in the first volume in a 4-part series. From artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation, Battle Brick Road brings an original and multi-layered story to the familiar backdrop of Oz. Back it today and help bring to life this apocalyptically fresh take on the classic American fairy tale. Only on Indiegogo.
Great job. Did you do the video editing on that too?
I did. Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Well done.
Thank you. The music, by the way, was done by a gentleman by the name of Purple Smurf 13 at Purple Smurf 13 on Twitter.
Oh, cool.
A couple weeks ago, I was like, I need some good Oz music. Trying to find something on YouTube. It just didn't fit right. It was either too sissy or it just didn't have the right vibe.
Yeah.
The metal ones weren't. It just wasn't clicking. Nothing was like jumping out at me as amazing. And this guy just was like, I might be able to work something up for you. So I was like, okay, show me what you got. And he busted that out, and we went back and forth just a couple of times. I was like, hey, we're kind of going for this vibe, that vibe. And he ended up with that piece. He made a minute's worth of music, and I used about 40 seconds of it. But turned out great. It's got the classic Over the Rainbow melody to it. And yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Beautiful stuff.
It does sound too like kind of sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like I get the sci-fi and the kind of darkness, I guess, to it. It's cool. Yeah.
I felt it fit the theme.
So I'm noticing on this first page here, Dorothy crash lands as she should into Oz. I don't see any witches' feet sticking out from under that escape pod.
You don't.
You're quite observant, Vaughn. Quite observant. Yeah.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm not seeing any ruby slippers on her feet.
This is one of the things, and Zeb could probably take a bit more time to elaborate this, but this is one of those things where we didn't want to just follow. Well, we didn't want to follow the yellow brick road, so to speak. We're taking the bones of Oz and injecting some new life into it. So you're going to see familiar things, but they might be more winks and nods and not just direct beat for beat happenings from the book or the movie that you're used to. Again, just a way to make it our own. And it's not to say that witches won't be crushed by falling things from the sky. It just means that it didn't happen right when she arrived. Without giving away too much.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me.
Is there a lollipop guild?
There is.
Or something like it.
There are. I mean, I would say there is something like it. I wouldn't say that there's maybe a specific. Our time in this beginning here, where we're kind of establishing the story in this motion, we get into all the things you would expect to get into East Oz. So, like Eric said, without elaborating too much, you get the Witch of the East and you get the Munchkins, and I think there's a version of the Munchkins that people have already been privy to within the Ash Can. If people have read the Ash Can, you kind of can see that there's a mind control element that's going on there to a degree. So these are, and even this page here, this colored page was from the initial Ash Can, so even this page is updated for the story, and there's a little more action actually taking place on that page as she is crashed than there is in this shot. As beautiful as that page turned out, the story developed, and as Eric said, though, we really did want to do something where, like I said, we don't want to just take a skin and put the skin of Oz on an apocalyptic story, because everybody's seen that. I mean, it's just not. It's just not fun. I played the old video games that was kind of like that. There was a game called Alice, where it was basically just a twisted version of Alice in Wonderland, but there was not a whole lot of uniqueness in some aspects to it. It was a great game, and it's just fun to be in a different kind of, color and style. But for this, we wanted to say, hey, people might expect, like you did, where's the witch's feet? And that's fun. That's fun for a person to ask that question, then to say, well, where's the witch? I don't see the witch. Or she didn't happen there. Or like, what is this guy? Why does he have that weird thing on his head? What is he? And then you get that realization as we move forward. Oh, wait a minute. That's the equivalent to a munchkin in this world. And so there's things that you'll notice. But the way I've tried to think about it to myself, it's been very challenging personally, is I'm trying to tell the most popular American folk story fairy tale that is out there, and not disappoint people, but at the same time bring things that are completely new to that story. So it's got to feel like you're slipping on the most worn in, best fitting pair of boots you've ever owned, but you've got a brand new insole in there. That's the way I've kind of tried to think about it, is it's like everything feels familiar, but in just there's something different, kind of a twisted rendition of something that you know.
Okay, cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing your guys' takes on the witches.
They're so cool. They're so cool. But let's get into that in a minute. Clint, Zeb Vonster, we have cracked 10,000
Okay.
We have. Woohoo!
in under 2 hours. $10,000.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's
We're
an amazing
We're
feat.
officially 5 figures, man.
I wish I had that gift
Fantastic.
of kill someone clapping. That would be that's what we need right now.
Yay!
I would say additionally, if people want to kind of get excited about where this is going to go, I'd say the best thing to do is don't go watch the Wizard of Oz movie. What we honestly, like Eric said earlier, want to ignore basically everything that is the Wizard of Oz that anybody has had, anybody's thought of since he came out with that first book. So, and it's very interesting if you read that first book. It's pretty short, like 22 pages. It's a kid's book, but there's a lot of little things that are a lot different than what we see in the movie. And what I followed in the script and in the story is the book. And even when I'm following it, it's obviously still a twist, but it's based off of the book rather than the movie. So if people want to kind of wet their proverbial Oz whistle, they can go back and read the 1904, I think was the year it was released, classic. And it's a great journey in and of itself, and kind of will gear you to at least be thinking in terms of, okay, what's going to be different than this? What are they going to do that twists this?
Right.
Great,
Very cool.
Nice. Yeah, this is really great progress too. Campaign day number 1, 10,000 in. We're not even. We're just shy of the 2-hour mark then, since this has been live, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's 11. Yeah, that's great, man. $10,000. I think 15,000. That was my guess for day 1 at first, but I think we can even do better than that. Totally reasonable. Do you have other streams planned and stuff for today?
Well, I'm going to stream on my channel later today. I'm talking with people. There was Rot 10 has a channel, and he's invited me on, I think, from 2 to 3. Let's see, what time zone was that though? Eastern. So that'd be 1 to 2. He's about an hour from now. He said if I'm around, he goes every afternoon. So I'll be hopping on there to say, hey, he was actually backer number 1. Rot 10 was backer number 1. So
sweet.
You got to hop on and say hey to the first backer, and say hey to Jasper down there. How's it going, Jasper?
Jasper's having a ball, man. He just backed you.
Murdering any more birds out there?
No, he's had this weird peace pact going on with the bunnies and birds lately, where he just kind of looks at them and goes, "Hey, what's going on?" Yeah. He's just like, "Hey, we're all friends." There's squirrels and bunnies and birds all hanging out in the backyard. It's like freaking like a Disney movie out there.
Watching from his window and sharpening his claws, just like, okay.
He seems cool with them lately. It's weird. He's made a friendship pact. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe they bring him food or something.
Spring is in the air.
Protection money.
Yeah.
I dig it. Yeah, this is great. I'm excited about this. So is there going to be more Battle Brick Roads? Is that the goal?
Yes.
The story.
The goal is that there will be a 4-volume set. Each volume will have 2 chapters within it, so that you'll end up with 8 chapters total in 4 separate volumes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So 4 books, essentially 4 books. And then, depending on how things go, we might branch out, because there is a larger world of Oz that we're not going to be getting into in this first outing, this first volume, this first whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there are plans, like we've discussed the idea briefly of like what it looks like beyond the what everybody thinks of clicking your heels 3 times and going home, which isn't exactly what we do. So
there's a lot of spots where we could go in, depending on how well these do, for hitting different tiers or hitting different levels of funding, even and not even just the tier work, where we could have maybe a micro that was about kind of what we talked about earlier with Toto, or a little micro that gives you just a little short 8-page addition to a certain aspect of the world that could be its own separate thing. Doesn't even have to attach directly in, because like Eric said, this world is very big. The world that Baum created is very big in and of itself, and then the one we're telling comes with a lot of baggage that we don't get to really fully explore. So it would be fun, given the moment, to explore those in the right ways.
Cool.
So did you find yourself, when you got to do your takes on essentially these very well-known characters and scenarios, did you find yourself not just doing your own take, but trying to change things in a way that you just thought was the coolest, or was it something that you thought would be fun to kind of turn on its head sometimes and kind of like surprise people?
In terms of the writing, there was some spots where it just did come down to, okay, what's going to be cooler, and a lot of that's on Eric. The artistic side, the visual side, is the side where you've really got to see that modernization of what is cool. What is a look for these characters that's going to draw people in. But in terms of the story, absolutely, there's plenty of places, even there when you mentioned with the ash can, where here's a moment where everybody knows exactly what's supposed to happen, and it's really fun to take that expectation and to hang it up and put space between what people think is going to happen and then when it actually happens, and create that suspense, which is a fun thing to be able to do with the Wizard of Oz, because the story is so well known. You can take those elements and you can hold them over people's heads in this really fun way that says, you got to wait for it, or you've got to see it in a different way. And just kind of, for me, getting into the history of not only what happens in the world of Oz, but Vaughn, the author himself, trying to incorporate I've tried to incorporate a lot of things that I felt like were new and fresh, but again, in essence, to try to pay respect to what the story is, more than just to try to take advantage of the name power of Oz. So a lot of twists, and not a lot of good adjustments, and a lot of fun things. Everything from the Watchers to the flying monkeys, and we try to hint at some of this stuff too, even in the short little introductory text on the Indiegogo page, with everything from artificial intelligence to genetic manipulation. You'd be very surprised reading the original book how much the idea of genetic manipulation fits so nicely into that frame of reference. I mean, you've got the flying monkeys, you've got the lion. In the book, there's a creature called the Caladaa that is a half bear, half tiger hybrid. There's a sentient crane. There's sentient half human, half mice like people. I mean, so there's so much room, even in the initial subject matter of Oz, to go into some of these things and then put our modern technological twist on what that story could be for our time or the future.
I love too that you're both from Kansas.
It helps. It helps. The other thing about that is after the familiar story of what you're used to in the Wonderful Wizard of Oz storyline that we're sort of planting our flag in, I don't see us necessarily following the other books in the same way, but rather taking those ideas of the larger world of Oz and building upon them in our own way, and just using maybe elements from them that are less directly pulled from the source material as our book currently is, which I would say isn't really pulled a whole lot in terms of the way other Oz books and things have been done. So
yeah. It's a balancing act for sure, to try to maintain that level of respect, of adoration, of giving people something they want and something they have. I mean, obviously we picked a product that has person's expectations built up into that. And so we have to satisfy those expectations at the same time that we have to sort of upend those expectations and do something new and fresh, because I know that I didn't want to just read another Wizard of Oz book, because I know that story. So we need to do something different, something unique, but something that maintains that respect for what the source is.
That's great. I really appreciate that you guys took it on that way. I think that was the right move. I think you're respecting source material, but you're seeing potential in it to go in new, exciting ways that kind of resonate with an audience today, while still holding true to like the broad strokes that made it so successful in the first place.
Sure. Thank you.
That's great. That's fantastic. I'm excited to see all the things you've done with it, all the changes, and yet all of the kind of, respects and nods. And yeah, man, it's looking great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we had a question. This is more drama, but from Aaron Olson, he says, does this mean Eric is going to try and stop lettering because he's an artiste now?
Artiste?
Hell no. No. I letter. That's what I do. I letter full time.
Yeah. Lettering's going to buy Eric a new house. one
It
day.
absolutely is. That's the plan, actually.
The
Just
house
got-
that Lettering built.
It's going to be the house that Comicsgate built, basically.
Hell yeah.
But no, I'm not stopping Lettering just because.
Have we had a Comicsgate wedding yet? We need a Comicsgate wedding.
Vaughn, you could be the first, man. Think about it. I
Who am I
don't. But in theory, you could be the first. In theory,
I could, but I have to find a Comicsgate chick to marry.
or Jasper. I mean, he's
Jasper. It is 2020.
Jasper already turned me down.
That's too bad.
Not interested.
looks
We're
like
just
I'll
roomies.
marry you, Vaughn.
Just roomies.
Yeah.
Oh, Rooster Puncher, you're adorable. Thank you. Yeah, we'll get there. Sorry. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt, Eric. You are an amazing guy. You are the hardest working guy in Comicsgate. Nay, you could even say in comics in a lot of ways. And I'm really happy, proud that your campaign's taken off like this. And thanks for keeping us all afloat with your awesome lettering. And it's just so cool to see your art get to hit us too now. So
yeah, I appreciate it, man. I love what I do. I'm able to make a living making comics, and it's a dream of mine since I was a kid. You know, I thought it. You know, when you're 13 years old, you're like, I'm gonna be a comic book artist someday. I was thinking, I'm gonna draw the X-Men just like Jim Lee did. And those X-Men don't exist anymore. That dream is dead. But I like what we're doing instead. We're making our own stories. We're making our own things. We're upending the industry in our own little way, and it's just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, Vaughn, you've got to hurry because Charlie's London for $1.99. Thank you very much. Says yes. Yan and I get married November this year.
Comicsgate
that's great.
wedding.
that's a Comicsgate wedding. That's amazing.
Gonna have to get you're gonna have to get EVS to officiate and fly him out there, and
That would be amazing.
With what I can only imagine what he would wear. Like a top hat and like all sorts of stuff.
monocle. He'll just wear his Dr. Robotnik red suit.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Charlie. It's fantastic.
Yeah, congrats.
Charlie's London. Excellent.
Yeah. That's cool, man. And I'm like, it's got to be kind of live stream it or something, or live stream from it. I don't know how tacky that would be, but I don't know with COVID. Actually, that could be. Hopefully, in November everything's a lot better than it is now. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, for me, like the big topic of the show is just Battle Brick Road. So if you have any questions in the chat, let us know. I didn't exactly plan out like a full-fledged live stream with news articles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can literally talk about anything. But yeah, Battle Brick Road's there. I'm going to post the link again. Already this has surpassed your last campaign.
Yeah, quite handily as well.
Yeah. Which is great. I want to refresh it again, but I'll refrain for a little while. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll let it.
All right, just let it ride for a little while.
We'll let it percolate. Yeah. Let it marinate.
Let it
This is
marinate.
good. Let it marinate. So Eric, how do you manage? You've got so many different projects. They're all creative projects. Even lettering to me is still like creative energy that you got to put into it. How on earth? For me, it's difficult. Like for writing, I have to carve out some time, and I usually do it late at night because I can focus better late at night because no one's around. It's quiet. I'm not getting messages and emails constantly. But for you, it's like you day jobs. You're trying to do this thing all the time. How does that work out for you?
So how do I do it all? You're asking.
Basically, yeah.
I would not be able to do this if I didn't have my amazing wife. She handles the kids during the day. And now with the pandemic, she's been homeschooling. We have a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old. They both have birthdays within a month from each other. And that's only a month or two away. She knows like Eric needs time to work because this is the money that brings in. She only works part-time at the church. She doesn't bring in a whole lot. And this has been a dream of ours that I would be making a living for us, for our family, making comics, and it just happened to be lettering, and I happen to be pretty damn good at it too. I'm not ashamed to say it, but it's just a matter of her like, all right, kids, we're going to come upstairs, or you're going to go run outside, or she takes them to the store with them. They're at the church right now because she's setting up stuff for. We're finally getting back to go to church again. It's important for us. Yeah, it's just I lay most of that on her, but the day to day, it's just
John
putting in the hours, putting in the work. Thank you very much, John Malin. Hail, John Malin. Thank you. But yeah, it's just I don't know what to say. You just do it. You just do the work. You sit down and you do it. Most of my day job stuff is lettering, and then I switch over to drawing in the evenings. And you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of me on stream as well as I create this artwork on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/EricWeathersArt, and I do my morning shows here on YouTube. So
that's great, man. In a big way, John Malin was one of the guys instrumental in making your lettering career happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He was the one who hired me for Graveyard Shift Book 1. They were looking for a letterer, and I threw my hat in the ring, and he saw the initiative and all of that and said, "You're the guy." So that started it all in a nutshell. Yeah. So thank you for that, John. On to great things with that. So
love it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Vaughn, I'm going to change subjects here a little bit. Vaughn, what do you have coming down the pipeline? What are you working on now?
Oh man. I mean, we're finishing up Monster MD. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're on the final fight scene, and the coloring that Tanya is doing is just mind-meltingly good.
Those pages you just showed.
It's just, yeah. It's every page is a work of art. I'm not just bragging. I mean, I'm lucky to have the team I have, and really appreciate them. But when it comes to like little secret projects going on behind the scenes, I have something I've shown a few people on Eric's streams, some little tidbits of it. I don't want to do a big reveal now, but there's going to be this just bomb dropped on Comicsgate that's going to just, you guys get your goggles on and your hazmat suits and get in your shelters, because it's going to be huge. It's going to be, I'm working on something with Marco that is just pure badassery. It's going to be, I will say this, testosterone through the roof, blood and guts, dark avenging heroes, and an amazing mix of horror, superheroes, like classic superhero stuff, and like gritty, dark, like heroes walking that line between good and evil, kind of like trying to rediscover themselves as the good guy, like what, and it's one of the most epic things I've ever written, and I'm just really excited to get it to people. So just stay tuned, everyone. You'll see.
I'm prepared for the explosion.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I almost don't know what to say. It's something that I've been going back and forth on whether or not I should do it. And
I was gonna say this is the one I know about, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, I've shown you stuff,
sure.
Clint. I've shown a few people's thing, like the Trusted Circle. It's I still don't know if it's going to be my next exact project, but the more I show people, the more I get reaffirmed that this should be it.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I've read this first script. It was great, really great.
Yeah.
It's a monster, and not the kind of monster you're thinking.
Yeah.
Is
there going to be? This is an important question. Is there going to be a splort in Battle Brick Road?
Hell yeah, of course there is. There's going to be a splort in Monster MD too.
Yeah, it just feels like it's something you have to work in, and it's so easy to work in too.
Yeah.
Like think of any script. You could do a romance. Oh well, yeah. You could do a lot of things, and a sport is going to be in there. Wow, guys.
Yeah. So back Battle Brick Road for no other reason than the hidden.
There will be a sport.
It would be amazing and very interesting callback to the first splort if she shoots out a monkey's eye and it makes a splort sound.
Dude, that's
or
a
if
great
it lands
idea.
and hits the ground and makes a splort
Great
sound.
idea. Zeb, you may not know, you may not be privy to splort, but in the first Jawbreakers, drawn by John Malin here in the chat, there is a scene where one of the heroes, they're fighting a giant King Kong gorilla. One of the heroes punches him in the face, his eye pops out, and it hits the ground. And your boy Zach said, it just said there wasn't a description of the sound effect. It just had some sort of splashy sound effect here. And I created Splort, and people just fell in love with that sound effect. So
you have that page. I know I've seen it on Twitter too. Sort of put it on your spot, but if anyone finds the Splort, send me the link, tweet it at me or something, and we'll find it.
Bring it up here.
Okay,
It became the rallying cry of my small fan base.
Not to mention Eric. Was it Eric Larson? Eric Larson, was that one of the pages? Remember when he just went through and tried to own
Rip
John?
apart. Yeah,
just for the sake of ripping it apart. Like he just felt like he had to do it.
From his tall tower.
That was one of the pages. Yeah, it was really funny though, because everyone's like, "Wow, that art looks great." Because it did look great. Yeah, it was great.
They pointed out a thumb, and that was like the worst. They're like, "Look at this thumb! How ridiculous!" All right, I'll bring it up here. I've got it. We'll bring up Splort.
In the meantime, I refreshed it off screen so that I wouldn't be embarrassed, and I wasn't embarrassed because you're now up to 170 backers. Nice round number.
Thank you.
An even rounder number would be 200 backers.
That would be the best number to round towards, I think.
Yeah. But then we'll find a new number at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Eric's finding the Splort. Everybody check out Battle Brick Road. I'm going to post the link again in the chat. And if you've already backed Battle Brick Road, or you're going to back it, you just got to wait for a payday. You can also help out because this is launch day by just sharing it out like crazy on social media, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere. The Instagrams, the Grinder, anywhere. Yeah.
Reddit.
I've sent 500 ravens.
Yes. Carrier pigeon will do.
To tell the world.
Writing, really anything. I want to get to 200 backers today. I think it's doable. I do think so. But you never know. Yeah. Hey, it's up to you guys in the chat. It's up to you guys in the audience that says this is a book I believe in. This is a story I love. So let's help make it happen. So share my screen. We've got some support going. I'm looking for my beanie, and I realized I put it on my head.
There's the correct screen. All right, so in context, this is a giant ape. This is King Kong, but not really King Kong, or something like that. Yeah, that's a whole other topic for discussion.
Yeah,
but big damn dirty ape.
His eyeball gets punched out by one of the characters and falls on the ground, and there you go, the famous Splort heard around the world.
I love it.
I
want a Splort in Monster MD.
We'll make it happen. I need to make Splort t-shirts and put them on my crypto fashion.
I like it.
Yeah.
This is the artwork that Eric Larson was trying to rip on. That was the thing. I was just like, he was digging so deep to try and find something that was trash. He could say was trash, but
I'm sure there wasn't enough like young Asian girl porn in it for him.
Oh gosh.
That's probably true.
His books are weird. Savage Dragon has wow, it's changed a lot, I think. I was never into Savage Dragon though, but just looking at some of the art from beginning to end, it's kind of weird.
You know what's sad about Mr. Larson is that his whole goal is just to be a very thin line of text in a Guinness World Record book as like the longest running book, but like Todd McFarlane's still ahead of him to these days and doesn't show signs of slowing down.
Yeah.
Like Todd's just like, yeah, okay, see ya. Oh, I don't know. It seems like his book is tired and moving on to something new would have been good for him, but he just wants to be that little footnote, in history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then how long will that last? Who knows? Somebody else could just work up through the ranks and do it. I don't know.
And you just make it long. It doesn't have to be good if it's long.
Yeah. Just keep making them. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Profit or no profit. So Todd McFarlane, with his campaign on Kickstarter, Now they've got like Jeff Lemire has a campaign out that I know was doing really well. You're going to start seeing everybody, like comic pros. They're all going to be doing it pretty soon. Crowdfunders. Hashtag we were right.
Hashtag Comicsgate was right. That's true. You're just starting to see the drips and drops. You got Sean Gordon Murphy coming. He's been teasing his for a while. I still think he's going to do great, regardless of what our community thinks of it. He's got a much wider audience than I think people give him credit for. So I think he's going to do quite well. I love the crowdfunding model. It's fun to just be a part of the experience, even as a backer. Even as books that I'm not a part of, it's fun to just like be a part of that number that grows and be in the community and be in the chats and just sort of be in on the romp, on the exciting. I don't know. I'm rambling, but it's just fun. It's fun. It's a good time.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm excited because I've got the next book, which by the way, I feel like I've got so many spinning plates right now. I just need to get Downcast completely finished and shipped. But in the meantime, it's like you got to keep the pipeline going. So I've got that book with Charlie, Fatal, which you worked on the logo. You sent a logo design. I don't remember where we landed on that. I'm
just waiting to hear back from Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
Yeah,
he's a busy man.
Yeah, I understand. Believe me, I do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, man, this year's going to be so good for crowdfunding, I think, because a lot of people have had their eyes open too, and that the direct market, it's not always going to be there. It's certainly not that. It's already not the same. Despite however positive you can think about it, it's not going to be the same.
Right.
So it's just cool to see, new avenues. I don't know, more people, I think, moving over, because my crowdfunding backer numbers increased seriously when the comic book shops closed. Yep. Which is not what I expected, but it absolutely happened. And I don't know what it was. Like I was doing videos, I was doing fewer videos because kind of slimmed down a little bit with how many videos I've been posting. But yeah. I don't know.
That's true. You haven't been putting out as many.
Nah, man. It just gets to be a lot. So yeah, I've been doing about 4 videos a week. We'll see. I might go back up to daily again. 4 seems like good though. Like it's still, being in touch with people plus live streams.
Yeah.
So should I refresh this? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold my hand. Here we go. Refresh. 2 more backers. All right. 10,390. I'm going to post the link again.
10,390. Yeah. Thank you, everybody who has backed. A lot of people in chat saying they have backed or will back. Israel Garcia saying I'm going to back later today. So, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Guys. Yeah. It means a lot. We're going to make a kick-ass book for you. I can't wait. Guys, I can't wait to get this thing in your hands. Man. So.
Gonna be good.
Is that it? Like you're wrapping up.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The Battlebrick Road's a thing. So you're gonna be streaming on your channel?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rot 10 Glory for about an hour. I need to take a break and walk around for a minute too. But I'll be back on my channel later this afternoon. That is youtube.com/Eric Weathers, and probably tonight on Twitch. I also have a new monitor coming in today. I'm going to have to set that up before I get on any more streams. I think it should be here. Hopefully it's at the front door right now. Yeah. But yeah, we're promoting all day today and probably some more time tomorrow as well. So
something else I'll point out too. I think we will wrap it up so I can get back to work. But if you have a YouTube channel or any size of platform, small or big, and you want to help Battlebrick Road to do better, you want to help Eric and Zeb, you don't have to have Eric on your channel. I know the first few days get really packed. And so if you really want to help with that first bump, you can still make a video on Battlebrick Road without Eric being there. And that is really helpful.
Very, very helpful.
Yeah. That gets the word out. It really helps a lot to get those links circulated. Though I'm sure Eric's happy to be on streams too. But I just know the first day gets a little rough. So if you want to help for that first bump, just be sharing it out, make videos, anything you can do to get the word out. So appreciate it, everyone. I think we'll close it off then. And interested to see how this lands. this time tomorrow, or a couple
Yeah.
hours ago tomorrow.
First 24 hours are always interesting, exciting.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you on the next live stream or video.
Thanks for having us on, Clint. Vaughn, it was great to meet you, man.
You as well, Zeb. Is it all right if I tell people about me and what I got going on in the world, baby?
Vaughn.
My name's Vaughn. So I'm Vaughn, and in case you didn't know, and you can find me on Twitter at Rise Again, and my YouTube is Rise Again Comics. Soon to hopefully become Vaughn's Haunted Castle when I revamp. And you can find me on Tinder under Vaughn Klaus. I want to get married, so let's make that happen, people.
Before November.
Yeah, married before
That's
November.
right.
He wants that world record CG first wedding.
That's the goal. Should we crowdfund it or no? But yeah, thank you for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. All right, everyone. Goodbye, and yeah, we'll see you next time.